I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
And this is Haunted by the band Typo Negative. This is for the big homie.
Jay, obviously.
Jeez. Jay's just racking him up. Jay got... okay, shout out to the big homie Jay. Jay is a guitarist. The highest guitarist we have in our band, our measly little band, that at some point will get some songs out to you, dear listener, when we decide that we're good and ready to actually take it seriously. So there's that.
I've been every night practicing.
For timely topical political commentary, you can hit us up in Middle America
sending digs at me.
with Vin and Sori. And there are multiple ways to get your song reviewed, dear listener. My favorite is a community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon, where you will meet the amazing Leah of the Village, who I will be shooting a Middle America episode with shortly. Pony of the Village. And all the other wonderful villagers. You get recruited by all these amazing people, and then you get to decide what songs that we listen to.
Yes, Pony, who's not actually the village horse. She's actually the village mermaid.
So there's that. And, you know, as I mentioned, the 40-second clip, which is pretty much all you guys are going to have of our band. If you get to the $5 rate or above, you can listen to that 40 seconds of the song that will probably be all that you hear for the next 365 days.
Also,
so there's
when
that.
Negative Nancy is done, the $10 and above tier on Patreon has the Guar interview uncut and raw for you.
The Guar.
So I already put that in there. So
that was the Guar interview. Was one of the most hilarious interviews just conversations, not interviews, conversations I've ever had in my ever-loving life. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah. Now, if you're a filthy capitalist like Jay and Sori and you want to skip right to the head of the line, $125 at the gate gets you in, and you get to determine for your lonesome what songs that we review. And that's what Jay did. You do that 3 times, and then you get down to the $75 rate.
So I'm pretty excited about this because, as you all know, I am a huge Typo fan. Although the last Typo song, what's the matter? You can't find your stuff?
Well, I can't find my headphones.
The last Typo song that we did, I wasn't really what I like to hear. Would you like these, babe? Here, let me help you. Oh, okay. Wonderful.
Ready?
Sure.
Not what I was expecting from Typo. Genuinely a beautiful sounding song so far.
apparition in moonbeams bathed. Her voice, like wind through trees, beckons. Cool rain on hot summer stone. The odor fills my presence. A freshly dug grave in death and night. These things are her essence. Nocturnal mistress, spirit lover, your mouth of wine and wood smoke taste. My goddess of the violet twilight. You are lust incarnate in the sweat of my bed. The eastern sky hints of dawning. Alone and awake and exhausted I lie. Oh, how I hate the morning.
I relate to this a lot. Genuinely hate it.
That's all we have. I hope it wasn't too disappointing. We will see you on tour. Until then, take it easy.
Is that the last song on the record?
I don't know.
Is that the last song on the record? Let me check
so
my sources.
unexpected.
I expected him to do something like that.
You did?
Yep. Yeah, it's basically the last song. Haunted is the last song, and then there's another song called Untitled, which I'm assuming is an instrumental. Yeah, well, no, there it is. Well, that's about it.
Oh.
And even the cutoff of "Take It Easy" was. I knew he was going to do something like that.
You did?
Yeah.
So this is about global warming, I guess. Because they were talking about the moon and the wind, rain and hot. What, babe?
This guy he can write his ass off. I can tell you that. Shout out to the big homie.
Yeah. Okay. So was she dead?
Well, I mean, it's Peter Steele, so it's goth rock. So there's got to be some.
Smelled like a grave.
There's got to be some. Yeah.
And mouth of wine and wood smoke taste, like she'd been burned to death.
Really? That's what you got?
I did. What did you get from it?
I just got the wood smoke taste is fall. That you smell it a lot, especially in New England. Like that wood smoke taste is.
He just said
reminds
freshly
you
dug
of-
grave and death and night.
Well, yeah, I mean he's got to do that. He's Peter Steele. He's not going to say that she's she's adorned with the dawn. He's not going to say that about her. I mean he's Peter Steele. But I definitely love the poetry. He did a very, very good job.
Like which part?
Well, the last stanza from the panes a green mist swirls as a shadow reflection. This apparition is moonbeams bathed. A voice like wind through trees beckon, cool rain on hot summer stone. Mm-hmm. The odor fills my presence, and like she's
My goddess of violet twilight.
Yeah, I mean he can write, and I knew he was gonna go and say something silly at the end of this.
I did not know that was
no way in the
coming.
world he could keep it that serious for sure.
No, I didn't know that was coming.
But I hate the morning light. I can't stand it. If you've ever had
For different reasons.
Well, I don't know. How do you know it's for different reasons? You knew Peter Steele?
He said why.
He said why he hates the night. He said I hate the morning light.
I think she comes to him at night. And then that's why Hades, I'm sure, is missing a demon. I think that I'm haunted by her. Like, I think she comes to him at night.
Yeah. What is that?
I think that a swollen sun melting at the horizon between the sheets, I wait for her to come, is a double. He waits for her to come between the sheets, come both ways. And I think a swollen sun melting at the horizon it's becoming night. And that's when she comes to him. And that's when she comes.
Yeah, but that's people have favorite times of the day. I just think that if you're an insomniac, I love night. I love the night. I like when it's dark, and I cannot stand that changeover. It sickens me. It's very frustrating feeling.
Yeah, I mean that's because you deal with insomnia. So when it switches over, it's not like you've had a good night's rest. And
I just feel a lot more comfortable at night, and I feel a lot safer.
Well.
So there you are. But this is one of those times when it was like, I talk all the time about, like, when I was in assignment in Kentucky, there was the University of Kentucky basketball court thingamajiggy. I thought I'm a decent basketball player or whatever, and then I went and played ball with those brothers, and I was playing with some of the University in Kentucky, and some of these are like third stringers, right? Like these were guys who basically were on the roster just to fill out the roster, and these kids are unbelievable, and there was a clear difference between us and them, and I was like, oh, that's what's occurring. Okay. When you look at this dude writing, like sometimes with Peter Steele, and I kind of got this from the Guar interview too, like these tongue-in-cheek people, these people that don't take themselves that seriously, and that's kind of part of their shtick, you can get tricked into believing that they're like, that you're on their level. But sometimes they'll just show you like, okay, you're not on this level. You can write all you want. What he just wrote here, from the pains down to, oh, I hate the morning. You can write as much as you'd like. You're not going to write something like this. So keep trying. It's just unbelievable, really, really, really talented guy who, it appears, does this stuff effortlessly.
I just like the way that
Just
he
really well done.
makes it like, I don't know, vampire-ish, or you know what I mean, like that. That lustful sort of. What did he? I'm haunted by her. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the way that he words his stuff, the way that he talks about the obsession. Actually, I guess that's what it is.
Well,
really.
yeah. People are funny with their obsessions.
What do you mean?
It's funny how he turns around, because you know, like the whole heaven must be missing an angel thing.
I know. I was like,
Hades, I'm sure, must be missing a demon. Very well played, sir. I see what you did there. But I was in that subculture for like 2 seconds in New York City. You know, the whole goth. It wasn't really goth, but I guess it was goth. And they were vampires. These people literally on 14th Street in
Were
New
they
York City.
romantic, or were they just odd?
Well, it was a lot of just, you know, brazen sexuality, I think, was really the ethos of the group. But, you know, there was a girl that I liked at the time, so I was like pursuing her, so she was into that craziness, and so like, and it was like a cool sort of respite, because everybody was in the Bronx, you know, it was all this fake gangster shit, blah blah blah. So it was a cool respite to be able to be around another group of people who were, you know, closer to where we were, not only aesthetically but musically, etc., etc. So it was kind of like an identity thing, but I quickly became disillusioned with it. It was just weird, you know. These guys, like, they went, in my opinion, overboard. They got their teeth like angled so that they were like literal. They were like literal fangs. They had, you know, they would drink each other's blood. It'd be like daylight, and they're drinking each other's blood. And
that's so gross.
and there was just a lot of brazen, you know. And then, you know, I was with this girl, and then this dude named Smokey showed up, and he was like trying to. I'm like, yo, what are you doing, bro? Like, what's going on? What are you trying to do? He was trying to like grab on my girl and all this, and you know, I was out of the Bronx, but I mean, you know, you're a man. You have a certain type of mentality. You're not gonna let some dude roll up and put his, you know, hands on your. You know, I was like, yo, what are you doing? He's like, oh, don't be all possessive. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm possessive. Like, get the fuck out of here. So that was the last time she ever talked to Smokey. But, you know, it was just, you know, and it was just weird. It was a weird situation. I got the girl, and then I got her out of that craziness. I know right now sarcasm. Oh my God, that's so terrible, blah, blah, blah. Look, man, if you, Sarcast, want dudes to just go and randomly grab your girl by the hips and put their tongue down your mouth, go for it. I'm not that type of individual.
That's
So don't try to
do.
Yeah, he was like, he had his hand on her, and he was about to. I was like, yo, 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 yo. And I felt like I was very proud of myself, because I didn't, you know. But I was like, you know, I wasn't gonna get into an argument with him about what the words meant, about being possessive or whatever. I didn't think it was possessive. I just thought I was being a regular boyfriend. But at that point, I didn't really care. And I'm glad that Mr. Smokey, you know, decided it was not a good idea. You know, there's a whole bunch of other vampire girls to go do that nonsense with. It's not mine. So there you go, Smokey. But, you know.
Oh, you can have her now.
So they were.
I'm with him.
They were a very interesting group of people, those people. And I don't remember any Peter Steele playing. We go to like their little underground raves and stuff like that. I don't remember any Peter Steele playing, but you know, who knows? Maybe there must have been a bunch of Peter Steele playing, because this to me is like the soundtrack for that whole crew. But yeah. But what's interesting is I like Peter. Even though he reminds me of that crew, I like him a lot. I don't like any of those people. I don't like any of those people at all. So you'd figure that would like give me like sort of like a triggered reaction, is like, screw Peter Steele. But I love him, and I love his music. Although this one's kind of like dragging out a little bit to me.
I agree. I thought it's
kind of slow.
I liked the words, but I felt like it was moving too slow.
Yeah, I was like, come on, bruh. I feel like I get the point here.
Like, get to some passion now. Come on.
Well, like I said, that I stopped actually listening to the music once this kind of came in, because it was so impactful. But I pretty much got what he was saying by that point, sonically anyway. But yeah, so I really enjoyed the song. If I would have enjoyed it a lot more if either there was some more variation or it was shorter. One or the other. I've gotten acclimated to 8 minutes. Is it the 8-minute song?
Yeah.
I've gotten acclimated.
I think it was a 10-minute song, actually.
Oh, well, then it didn't seem as long as it was. I've gotten acclimated to long songs. That's not the issue. The issue here, though, is a little bit of like, all right, let's do some more variation. But, I mean, the highlight of the songs, obviously, of this song particularly,
Lyrically.
was the lyrics to me, for sure. But I did like the synth sample at the beginning, which, again, you know.
Oh, yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah, as, you know, it's just a very, and I think one of the things with bands like Typo, and I've been studying a lot of Cradle of Filth because I'm like, you know, we're writing music now, and I've always loved synth, but I noticed that in certain decisions that these bands make, they almost like pull back the reins a little bit, because I think it would be so tempting to make the entire song, you know, this synthetic music type of thing. And I think both bands do a good job of saying, no, we're a rock band, so this synthetic stuff is going to accent what we're doing and complement it, but it's not going to be the centerpiece of it. And so, you know, I'm talking to a couple other people who are in, you know, bands and have experience with using the synth and knowing when to like pull back and when to, you know, feature it and all that jazz. And so like we've got a lot of options right now. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. So I like the song overall. What'd you give it?
9.2.
Me an 8.7 for me. Need a little bit more variation, but still it was that little poetry line there got it 2.5 points.
There you have it.
There you are. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.